I'm Stephanie Michelle Scott of Wildfire Effects Consulting, and today we're going to have a lot of fun figuring out how we're going to take our Toastmaster toolkit and bringing it onto something that I like to call the micro screen. For when you're taking this big grandeur and amazing communication and bringing it into something that's closer to about here. So, everyone ready to get started? No matter how fantastic you are at speaking and how beautiful your message is, if you don't have some of those technical capabilities made yourself aware of them, then you're going to lose your audience, and that's not what we want. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the distractions out of this video. I've got some samples. I want you to tell me what's wrong with this. What might be a distraction when someone's trying to be there with your video? Did somebody say it has something to do with lighting? Yeah, okay, so here's the trick to lighting. Has anyone heard of something called the 3-light setup? It works real easy. You have a subject. It's probably your beautiful smile and that wonderful message that you're trying to portray. So what we do is we light it on this side so that we can see the face and the expression. When we do that with our first light, it creates a shadow on one side. So what we do is we light the shadow out. And here is what's really important in small video production. Whatever you want to make exciting in that video, put a light behind it. It's called a backlight. And what it does is it pops that video, that person, that item right on out. Can you see me? I'm talking about communication skills, and it's brilliant, and it's lovely, and what's wrong with this?
Focused on the sign.
Exactly. So when you're thinking about your video, what I want you to start thinking about is what's in your background. Is it going to distract from your message? That's important. Moving on to, what's this one? That's right. We're talking about the importance of sound. And this is where most videos either are amazing or they kind of fall a little short. You got to look at your microphone. It may not be very technical, and it's okay because sound can get a little technical. There are two types of microphones. One that's elongated, kind of like this, which is called a shotgun mic. Name's not important. And what it does is it points directly to your subject. So think about this. If I am the subject and I've got sound coming straight at me in wave, what else is it going to catch?
Anything in between you two.
Anything in between you, exactly. So think about that. If you've got this style of mic, one of the rounded ones, you can get something very close up and it works really well. And the further away it is, the less likely you're going to get the sound. So this can also be in a different style that actually fits right onside your jacket. So either way, take a look at what microphone you have available. Is it this style or is it this style? That'll give you an indication of where you want to be placing your subject. I'm calling out the photographers in the house. Who's taken a picture before? Yeah, does anyone know what the lines are about? Yeah. Do you want to?
It's the rule of thirds. When you're composing a photograph, you place your subject at the intersection of one of the set of lines. So the areas of most importance.
That's right. And so what are we saying is most important? At the eye level, try and frame it out so that you're on these lines as much as possible. But here's another tip. Actually, I got this from San Francisco, from individuals who are at NBC and they marketing brand analysts. When it talks about videos, you want to think about your negative space because that's where your audience is going to sit. They're going to imagine themselves there. So try and think about ways that you can include your audience. And now we're moving into editing. And the thing that's most important and most exciting is that you can do so much in video, way more than you can do on a stage because of the editing capability. One of the things you can do is use a bit of cross-marketing. What do you want your video to do? Is there a way of telling your audience what you would like, action you would like them to take? So now we're going to get into my favorite part. How you're going to engage with your audience. And remember, this is an audience that you can't hear, you can't see them, and you have absolutely no ability to take a visual cue. What you're really looking at is a video screen. It's standing there, it's right here. And that is what you're going to have to motivate you to keep your energy levels as high as we've learned in Toastmasters skills, to use that vocal variety that we love so much. And I'm telling you, all of you, that you paved the way to your success in this. And I'll show you how. Think about the road that your audience is going to take. Making sure that your video is unique. P for having a purpose. A for an action. Think about your V for visuals. And E, engagement tactics. Here are my favorites. If you want to be engaging in your video, it happens right here. So I want you to take advantage of that vocal variety, and I want to take advantage of that passion that you have for the subject matter, because it comes across in your expression. And that is exactly what everybody is going to remember. Why? Why are you making a video? What's the purpose? Who is it going to interest? Who is going to be engaged with it? As soon as you have that single answer, you'll know exactly where to place the video. And quite honestly, why not give it as much success as possible? Put it in a place where individuals are going to be excited about watching it. That's the first key to engaging with your audience. Find the right audience. Now, it might be YouTube, which is pretty much where everyone else goes, but look at all the other options that exist here. Are you educating someone? There's something called Howcast out there. Why don't you put it there? People are looking at how to learn. Maybe it's all about you, your personality, your profile. Here's a little more about me. Get to know me. Best possible place for that is your website. Of course, people are wanting to go to your website to learn about you. So what a great use of video production. How about social networks? If you want to get that conversation going and get people asking questions and talking about your video, a social network's the perfect place. Be aware that you get to decide what the perfect match is. When it comes to this, you can't please everyone. So choose one. And I want you to think about that when you're creating your video. One purpose. And now that you got a purpose, start thinking about what you want your audience to do. Now this is important. And the thing that I really want you to think about is, don't make it hard for your audience, please. They were good enough to open up your file, look at your video. They've got busy things going on in the background. The kids are yelling over here. They've got a report that they're trying to get done. Their coffee, they're sipping it in one hand, and you're going to make them do somersaults and a whole bunch of other things to take an action? That's not really fair. Make it easy. And I use this technique. I count. 1, 2, 3. How many times am I going to require someone to click, 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 click in order to take an action? If it's more than 3, it's probably too much in a video. You might be able to split that up among many videos. Now, visuals. Obviously, we're talking about videos. We're thinking about our visuals. We're thinking of ways of engaging with people in our words and our statements and our actions. But we should be thinking about how to use engaging visuals. Choose images that ignite you and will ignite your audience. And here we go. We come into engagement. Who has ever gone onto the internet and looked at a video on their mobile phone? Right? Let me describe the experience to you for a second. You take your phone out of your pocket and you look at it. You press a couple of buttons and you're watching a video. Now, how far is that video away from you?
4 inches.
Think about the quality of that experience. It's intimate. It's one-to-one. It moves. I want you to start thinking in video production about asking people to use their hands. Get them in your video to do something. Maybe mimic or copy something that you're trying to get them to try. Maybe they can go to a location and you ask them to point or touch or feel or smell. Video production now is not about only the visuals that you choose, but it's about using all of your senses or getting your audience to use their senses. The rule of 7. In the day, they said that if you wanted your audience to remember who you were or what your message was, they needed to see it in their environment 7 times. We have 7,000 more pieces of information out there now. They probably need to see it more times. You never want to be circulating your same video in its exact same form, but think about ways you could split it up. Could you use that back visual? Use the same character or motif? Think of words and phrases that are engaging words and phrases that on a social network people are going to say, awesome, that was so good, I got to say that one again, let's put it up on Twitter. Lots and lots of ways of engaging. Oh my, I could go for years on engagement strategies. I love them completely. There's lots of ways of using the rule 7 in this day and age that wasn't available to us before. Simple stuff, simple things to think about. And it all comes with the exact idea that you pave your road to success in video production.